Всем привет, дорогие товарищи, сейчас будет стрим L.A.Noire. Не знаю, наверное, это будет последний стрим по L.A.Noire именно. Потому что... Так. Сейчас, секундочку. Потому что можно было потом начинать проходить мафию. Пришло время, как говорится. Так. Вроде бы настроили все.
Bukowski, you have a new case. 2 women, possible drink drive.
How is that a case?
The broad says she was doped and that somebody tried to kill her.
Where did this take place?
That's the bit you're gonna love. Right across the street.
What?
A Chevy Styline took a nosedive off the escarpment, fetched up underneath a Cola King billboard. Up to it, boys. We got bad guys to catch.
I'm just praying the prince comes through so I can nail the son of a bitch.
See you later, fellas. Try not to work too hard.
Look at you bantering with the boys. Brings a tear to my eye watching my caterpillar grow wings.
I'm just trying to fit in.
Educated, hardworking, straight as an arrow. I hate to break it to you, Cole, but you'll never fit in a camp.
Так, что стоит ли нам ехать или нет, непонятно. Это близко, конечно. Здорово, Миша.
Take it easy.
Удачно я выехал. Так, стоп, как мы туда сейчас подъехать? Так что давайте попробуем добежать. Если мне дадут, конечно. А, ну да. Стоп. Угу. Короче, все не просто так. Придется ехать. Блин. Махать, у него даже кровь потекла. Ну, садись. Да бой на дело будет не скоро. Я, наверное, к тому времени уже буду снимать отдельными видосами. Мне кажется, так будет чуть поинтереснее. В следующие стримы, что будет четверг-пятница, мы будем, наверное, уже проходить мафию. Либо что-нибудь еще.
Her face looks familiar. Well, that's June Ballard, Tarzan's sister, beast of the Amazon. She's married to Guy McAfee. The captain has moved to Vegas now, but the two of them still.
Ну, наверное, будем, если мафию, то первую часть мы начнем как с Definitive Edition. Потом вторая часть.
You could have called this in by megaphone, Enrique.
Пока так.
Phelps, this is Enrique Gonzalez.
Дальше будет видно.
Enrique was a pretty decent middleweight. What do we have, Gonzalez?
Broad drives right through the empty lot and off the side of the escarpment. Her story is that a movie producer doped her and her friend and sent the car over the cliff.
Was anyone hurt?
Driver's beat up. Not too bad considering. If she hadn't hit that billboard, we'd be scraping both of them off the pavement. Passengers are Jessica Hamilton. She's just a kid. She's pretty knocked around.
Kid gonna be all right?
I think so. They've taken her to central receiving. If you want to take a look around, stall the ambulance.
Thanks. Do that.
One more thing. Watch out for the driver. She cuts rough.
Третью тоже, наверное, пройдем.
This ain't the red carpet, so get out of my lane.
If you're looking for the
Так.
coroner, he's down by the crash site.
This is awful. Just
Так, стоп,
awful.
погодите-ка, где?
Why can't we get any closer?
Вот отцепление. Машина, получается, вверху где-то. Пускай. Ну да, так вообще я и рассчитывал. Это и будет не меньше месяца. Посмотрим, короче. Так.
How bad is it? Come on, you can tell me.
Блин. Надо как-то спуститься туда. А спуститься туда, наверное, как-то здесь вот можно. Фигушки. Первая часть у меня 5 стримов займет. Вторая тоже. Где-то примерно стрима 4-5, не меньше. То есть я уже проходил, я помню, это довольно-таки долго. Ну пускай, ну как бы игры просто достойные, поэтому я считаю, что стоит пройти.
Looks like they're lucky they weren't more badly injured.
Тут видно, что она как мордой ударилась.
Being relaxed tends to lessen the soft tissue damage.
Так, сумочка.
Find anything interesting?
Да, неплохо, кстати, зашло, надо будет снять на продолжение. Но видишь, опять надо как-то собраться вместе, потому что нам нужен еще третий человек. Да просто продолжение обязательно должно быть. Потому что там потом должна быть идти, типа, месть дедушки. Так.
They've been torn off. Where did you find them?
They were stuffed in the young lady's handbag. I'll run a trace for semen when I get back to the lab.
Так, знак отвалился. Судя по всему, либо другой машины, наверное. Так. Подожди, почему он знак не зафиксировал? Ладно, понятно, это, короче, к делу никакого отношения не имеет. Так, здесь мы видели. Здесь тоже ничего нет. Так, ну здесь как бы мы все смотрели, хорошо. Да я видел. Так. Надо еще поглядеть, что там у нас сверху есть.
How bad is it?
Ну да, так, такого ничего нет серьезного. Ну-ка, здесь что у нас?
Mrs. McAfee, we would like to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
I prefer to use my maiden
Ну,
name.
потому что это самое... Рядом был, конечно, полицейский участок.
Can you tell us what happened here?
You're kind of cute for a cop. Maybe a bit on the serious side.
What about me, June? I'm a big fan of
You?
Beast of...
I don't like. Keep out of this.
Так.
We understand that you're still suffering from the effects of the accident, Mrs. McAfee. The officer says that you claimed that you were drugged. But who did this to you?
That rat slipped us a Mickey Finn. It's no wonder I feel so dopey. I can't remember.
Сомнения.
It's a serious offense to withhold information from the police during a criminal investigation, madam.
I told you to call me June. You're making me feel like an old lady. And don't bother your handsome head about this. My husband will settle the score with Mark Bishop.
Так,
What can you tell
пассажирка.
us about the passenger in your car?
Jessica Hamilton.
Ну да, кстати, молния,
Poor
правда, на
Jessica.
лбу.
It's been a rough day for her. She's desperate to break into movies. What more can I say?
Так, какие-то сомнения у нас.
How old is Jessica, Mrs. Ballard?
I couldn't say how old Jessica is. Old enough, sweetheart, as the saying goes.
Блин, неправильно.
You mentioned a Mark Bishop. You think he might have had something to do with this?
He is a movie producer. As for his involvement, you just leave it to me and my husband to worry about.
Ладно.
I want to know what happened between you two that made him want to commit a double murder.
Bishop offered me a part in his picture. Then he withdrew it. Fact is, we had a deal. I pressed him on it, and this is where I end up.
Так, понятно, хорошо. Здесь я вроде все правильно ответил. Ну, не все, а одно, конечно, можно было, конечно,
Let's go see the coroner.
ее прижать к стенке. Так, с вот этим дядькой поговорим. А как с ним поговорить? Это не коронер, это еще какой-то хрен. Так. Так, спустимся-ка сейчас вниз. Может быть, мы просто еще не все знаем. Я-то внизу ж не поговорил ни с кем. Блин, махать я ваханулся, наверное, все-таки.
You'll want to see this, Phelps. There, laid out on the trunk. And that isn't even the best part.
Да видел я это. Так. Знак тоже видел. Нет, кстати, я не проходил. Но я как бы играл чуть-чуть на PlayStation. Но особо так. Совсем немного. Не, ну прикольная игра, конечно. Что я могу сказать? Как бы если сравнивать и раньше, и сейчас, конечно, такие посерьезнее. Хотя, не знаю. Как бы такое дело. Мне кажется, раньше были игры такие более более долгие. Ну, если сравнивать тогда и сейчас, сейчас, конечно, лучше во много раз. Что говорить. Так. Куда нам ехать? Место аварии. Ну. Я что-то еще здесь не нашел.
We have to pick apart that crash site if we want an idea of what happened. Let's go back.
Одни из нас нет. Нет. Я, к сожалению, пока еще не проходил.
This is no battle of wits between you and me. I never pick on an unarmed man.
Блин. Что я пропустил, а? Я что-то пропустил. Не, ну 50-е годы, да, были, конечно, золотым временем, что могу сказать. Что я пропустил, я не могу понять. Так, ну это я читал, хорошо. Это я видел. Ничего интересного. Тоже все посмотрели, блин. Да Сатрухана это я видел, блин. Но увидишь, что-то там типа надо узнать. Ну, я, по-моему, все уже осмотрел.
What now?
This is a big scene, Phelps. We need to get our bearings. Let's go see the coroner.
А, блин, ёквэм, я забыл, как эту кнопку нажимать. Все. Я понял, в чем дело. Я же жму на Е. Надо на пробел нажимать, чтобы поговорить. Вот весь в чем косяк был.
There, played out on the trunk, and that isn't even the best part. Find anything interesting?
Короче, надо письмо до конца дочитывать. Все. Вот в чем дело.
Drunk driver?
Maybe not.
How so?
Well, a head I found without a body piqued my interest. See what you think.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. Is it real?
No. I think it's supposed to be a replica of an Indian shrunken head. It's some kind of curio or movie prop. See the casting marks?
What's it made from?
Plaster of Paris would be my first guess, then painted.
So we can rule out the murder angle?
No, you can rule that in. That thing was wedging the accelerator to the floor. Whoever did it wanted these women dead.
Да, блин, понятно.
We should speak to Ballard again. She might not be telling us the whole story.
Never the same, are they?
Нет. Не знаю. Кстати, Булли у меня есть игра. Можно, конечно, будет как-нибудь пройти. Но опять же, я проходил еще давно. Но там, блин, очень много стримов было по ней.
We found a shrunken head. It was used to tamper with your car.
You see, I normally don't drive off cliffs. The last thing I remember is getting behind the wheel.
Что ж ты,
It's
бреховка?
obviously some kind of movie prop. You must know where it came from.
In case you hadn't noticed, I am the talent. And the talent doesn't deal with props or sets or any of that kind of stuff. Why don't you ask Mark Bishop which prop house he uses?
Так, правильно
Mrs.
ответили,
McCaffrey, I
отлично.
think it would be in everyone's best interest if you accompanied Patrolman Gonzalez back to the receiving hospital.
I'm going to be okay. These guys can take me home after my lawyer and I have talked to the news hounds.
Mrs. McCaffrey, you are still under the influence of narcotics, and you're likely to go into shock once the drugs wear off.
And I thought you were a heel. It's nice of you to be concerned.
I think we're good here.
Так, все понятно. Короче, здесь мы Господи, разобрались. Теперь едем допросить Джессику Хамильтон. Да, нихера. Ну, в принципе, да, все правильно.
11K Roger, en route.
Опа. Так. Нет еще. Так. Вот и больница, по-моему, где-то, или что? Ага. Центральная больница.
Hello, Detective Phelps, here to interview a Jessica Hamilton.
Jessica Hamilton. Oh, yes. She's in the room right behind you, Detective.
You can't hold me here. No! I don't need to be manhandled by a doctor. I need my lawyer.
Feeling better since this morning, Jessica?
Where is the telephone?
A little.
Do you know
My
who
head
I
still
am?
feels swimmy.
Так.
Hello, Jessica.
Блин,
My name
стоп.
is Cole Phelps. I'm a policeman. I'd like to talk to you about your accident, if that's okay.
Okay.
Погоди, блин. Ёкова мене.
If you have more
Секундочку.
questions,
Сейчас
could
мы
you
с тобой
ask them
поговорим.
now? All I want to do is sleep.
Почитаем-ка мы пока что комиксы.
Doesn't look like anything.
Да подожди, мы же собирать же комиксы должны эти. Ладно. Так.
You're making me uncomfortable.
Какие-то, блин,
Just
таблетки.
standing around here looking
Опа,
at me and
стоп.
not saying anything.
I don't think so.
Это потом будет, кстати, улика очень интересная дальше. Так. Так, все, это мы выяснили, хорошо.
You're making me uncomfortable. Just
Так,
standing
погоди,
around
погоди.
here looking at
Всё.
me, not saying anything.
Начинаем общение.
Can you tell me what you remember about the crash?
It's all kind of fuzzy. I remember waking up here. Nothing happened yesterday.
Так, погодите-ка, откроем-ка блокнот. Ложь.
Tell the truth, Jessica. Why the big cover-up?
I'm not lying to you.
We found your underwear in your handbag, Jessica. You need to tell us what happened.
The doctor told me what happened. I didn't want that. I just wanted to be a star, to be in movies. I told Junie what happened, and she told me to toughen up. That was the price of stardom.
Did she now, cold-hearted bitch?
It's not Junie's fault. It's not my first time. I had a boyfriend back home, but my father found out about it.
Even if you consented, Jessica, you're still underage.
Так, отлично. Здесь мы угадали
You
контакт
need
с
to get in
родителями.
touch with your parents, Jessica, to tell them what has happened.
Oh, you don't need to worry them. They sent me along to stay with Aunt June. They trust her to take care of me.
Что ж ты врешь-то?
You're lying, Jessica. How are we going to make this right if you lie to us?
Please, detective, why would I lie to you?
Письмо, блин.
Because you're a runaway, Jessica, and you don't have your parents' permission to be here. Now, do you want to tell me what really happened?
I went with Junie to this strange place. It's difficult to remember. Someone gave me a drink to calm my nerves, and then I felt faint. I think I must have passed out.
Отлично.
How did you meet Mr. Bishop?
Well, Junie is a big movie star. You probably know that. She's doing a new movie.
Она, по-моему, пока еще не снимается.
What's the story with Bishop and Mrs. McAfee? Why does he want the two of you dead?
That can't be true. Mr. Bishop seemed very happy today. I mean, yesterday.
And that's why he wedged a shrunken head against the accelerator pedal and punted the two of you over an escarpment?
I overheard Junie speaking to him on the phone a couple of times. Screaming, really. She can be very hard sometimes, Junie. But they seemed okay yesterday, like they worked it out.
Так, отлично.
I know what happened to you, Jessica. Where exactly did it take place?
Please, it's scary. It's really difficult to think of anything.
Что, брешет или истина? Давайте, ладно.
Someone
Сомнения.
tried to kill you, Jessica. Do you get it? Forget about being in movies. It's time to act like a grown-up.
I had to wear a robe and lay down on a stone. There were lights, camera. It's not my fault. I'm not a bad girl. Why are you trying to hurt me?
Thank you, Jessica. You've been a big help. Here's my card. If you think of anything,
Короче,
you need
лоханулся.
some help,
Ладно.
just get in touch, okay?
Okay.
I think it might be a good idea if you went back home till you felt better, Jessica.
I couldn't do that, officer. What if I got the part and I wasn't there?
Так, окей.
tale of this town, Cole. Lambs that go willingly to slaughter. Who the hell is that?
Must be her lawyer. He certainly expedited her release.
I don't like it, Cole. Why is she in such a hurry? We should follow her. There she goes. Come on.
Будем аккуратненько ехать.
Ballard is definitely up to something. She seems to have made a remarkably speedy recovery.
Easy, Cole. Better back it off.
По-моему, кто-то в них врезался. Звук такой был. Ну ладно. Куда ты напопёрлась? А в бар какой-то.
Get in there and see what she's up to.
Want a tip? Fill my coffee faster next time, honey.
Ой, блин. Написано же было, не входите. Короче, понятно, блин. Ну, лоханулся, хорошо. Хреново из меня.
Get in there and see what she's up to.
Агент английской разведки.
Boy, let's make it through better days.
Baby? No! I don't want him taught a lesson. You know what I want. Well, then make someone else do it! You still know people out here, don't you? Then make some calls! I'm gonna be very clear about this. You get this done, or I'm... Wilson's Hotel. Mr. Mark Bishop, that son of a bitch, lives in apartment 803.
Кого?
Sure, I got the film.
Нету воды. Надо ставить чайник. Сейчас. Сейчас сделаю, подожди. Так, осмотреть квартиру Бишопа. Окей. Так, сейчас я подойду.
So what's the story? I'm guessing she didn't stop for light refreshments.
She made a call. Sounds like Mark Bishop has a heap of trouble headed his way. I've got an address. Wilson's Hotel, apartment 803.
Oh shit, you better step on it.
If he's got any sense, he'll be as far away from home as possible.
If he had any sense, he wouldn't have tried bumping off Guy McAfee's wife in the first place. Or he'd have done the job properly. McAfee will break a fella's legs just for looking at his broad the wrong way.
What did you make of the kid? You believe her story?
I think she was doped out of her tiny mind and given the casting couch. That fucking bitch Ballard sold her out.
So if Ballard was doing someone a favor, why did they try to kill her?
Так, ну поехали.
All units in the vicinity in car 11K, 11 King, a 415 in progress at apartment 803, Wilson's Apartment Hotel, 1220 West 7th Street, Westlake Park. 11K code 3, all other units code 2.
А, без спецсигнала, все, я понял.
Gun it! Let's get to the apartment before someone gets hurt.
Так удачно проскочил.
Are you blind?
Блин. Бампер помял. Одни растраты для города, ну ладно.
Roger, KGPL. 11K en route.
Успели. Отель Уилсон.
I'm Detective Phelps. We received a call about a domestic disturbance in apartment 803.
Oh, the detectives. Listen, Mrs. Bishop's pretty upset. Take the elevator and then left down the corridor. It's the last door on the right.
Sounds like we're about to make it a hat trick of hysterical female witnesses.
Так, последняя дверь направо. Погоди, стоп. Направо же было сказано. А, ну да. Все.
LAPD, ma'am. Are you in danger?
I'm all right now. You just missed them. Horrible, awful men.
Are you injured, Mrs.
Bishop. Gloria Bishop. Please, come in, officers. I'll just need to sit down for a moment. Forgive me.
That's perfectly normal, ma'am.
Just look at this mess!
We'll take a quick search of the premises, ma'am. You take a moment to gather your thoughts.
I will. Thank you, officer.
Приступить к осмотру. Так. Ну да. Блин, большая хата, кстати. Так. Вот это что такое? Губная помада.
Probably nothing.
Ерунда, действительно. Кольцо.
Not everything here is going to be relevant.
Понятно. Подожди, стоп, я видел. Расческа.
Junk.
Хлам, да, согласен. Так, хорошо. Опа, на чек. На 20 тысяч долларов, ни хера себе. Да, это большие бабки. 10 машин хороших можно было купить. Так.
Doesn't give me anything to go on.
Блин, по шкафам пошариться нельзя. Ладно. Гей-ковбойс. Ковбой-геи. Ладно. Ладно, это неважная книга.
Presented to Mark.
Причем здесь седло? Непонятно. Ладно. Так.
Optimistic call.
Сигары, что ли? Ладно. Давай, короче, удачи, Миш.
No good to me.
Деньги нет. Здесь все. Так, ну там, где фильм снимали. Угу. Нетерпимость. Великая Вавилонская стена.
A replica of a replica.
This isn't what we're looking for.
Так, понятно. Что ничего не понятно. Эту комнату мы обшарили. Дальше. Так.
It would take a smarter man than me to connect that.
Это что тут за клоун?
Looks like a mermaid in the background. Silver screen.
Who are these men in the picture?
My husband, Mark, and Marlon Hopgood. They work together on occasion. That's Hopgood's shop.
I doubt it.
Так, часы, ладно, ерунда. Там что такое? Это кухня. Блин, хата зачетная. Ё-моё. Так, я видел это. Случайно нажал. Так, ну что? Балкон еще посмотрим.
There's the set. Hollywood's own little piece of Babylon.
Ну, погнали.
Those men, I think they work for Guy McAfee. Do you know the name?
No. Why should I?
June Ballard is married to Guy McAfee. Have you heard of her?
That slut. She's been badgering my husband for days.
Mrs. McAfee alleges that your husband tried to kill her and her friend last night. I think you should tell us what you know.
My husband's a movie producer. This has something to do with his new picture. He doesn't include me in his business.
Так. Сомнения.
June Ballard said she had a deal to be in his new picture.
Mark repeatedly told her no. He had Joan Leslie lined up for the role. That's how he got the finance. June made all kinds of threats. She was very rude to me.
You know June Ballard?
We were both on the
Здорово,
same
Уин.
picture a few
Проходник,
years
привет.
back. That's how I met my husband.
Молодец, проходник. Так, угадал. Местохождение Бишопа.
Where can we find your husband, ma'am?
He told me he would be on set. That's all I know.
Верю.
Either we find him or McAfee's people do, Mrs. Bishop. If you care for him, you should make sure that we find him first.
I do care for him, but I don't really know where he'd go if he were in trouble. Hopgood might know.
Так, правильно.
Why is your husband paying Lorna Hopgood $20,000?
Lorna? Marlon's ex-wife? Are you sure?
Конечно, блин.
You're lying, Mrs. Bishop. It's some kind of payoff. You know exactly what the money is for and who it's getting paid to.
Do I? Would you like to prove that, detective?
Да, чек есть, блин. Блин, а есть у меня чек?
Your husband looks like he's being blackmailed. They obviously have something on him if he's prepared to kill to cover it up. Why is the payment going to Hopgood and not McAfee?
Lorna works at a check-cashing place in Hollywood. You need to ask Hopgood why he needs that much money in cash.
Так, отлично.
Your husband was at a casting yesterday with a young girl?
Not that I know of. He told me he was looking at locations. The picture's been cast.
Ну что-то ты, блин, скрываешь.
Jessica remembered a mermaid. The mermaid on the front of the prop store. You better come clean with me.
This is a sick town, detective. Are you sure you really want to know?
Сейчас.
The truth is, my husband likes them young.
Сейчас, секундочку,
And you think
ребята.
that's okay?
I was 16 when I first met him. I thought he was a genius, a magician with film. I was 20 before I realized he was just a B-movie hack. But he's nothing compared to some of the monsters at these big studios. My guess is Ballard sacrificed her little friend. Happens to a lot of girls.
Your husband is in trouble. It could go easier for him if you were more helpful, Mrs. Bishop.
He's a big boy, detective, and so are you. This is Hollywood. There's always a deal to be done.
Hey, Cole, let's get moving.
Так. Да, кстати, хочу сразу сказать, что сегодня по L.A.Noire, наверное, будет такой последний стрим, потому что потом уже будет этот самый... Ну, в общем, я начну заново проходить его, только он будет летсплеем, по каждому делу будет отдельно. Вот. А на стримах начнем проходить мафию. С 1 по 3.
I need a location on a silver screen prop store.
Just a moment. Silver Screen Props, corner 3rd and Figueroa.
Thanks for your help.
Так, едем в серебряный экран.
movie star, a wannabe starlet, a movie producer's wife. We're finally rubbing shoulders with the almost rich and famous.
And from the stories they've given us, clearly none of them can act.
Mrs. Bishop knows more than she's letting us.
She doesn't seem to realize how much trouble her husband
Так,
is
здесь
in.
не моя
The
вина.
LAPD are the least of their worries right now.
Yeah. You'd think she'd have gotten the hint after those hatchet men redecorated her apartment.
Maybe she's just loyal.
Or she's in on it. She didn't seem like your average giddy broad with nothing between the ears.
Or she might just be trying to buy enough time for Bishop to put a couple of oceans between him and the cat.
Блин, такая зачетная машинка у этого чувака. Догнал все-таки.
Watch what you're doing!
Ну, про Микки Коэна я слышал, да. Про второго пока... Ух ты, как он отлетел! Обалдеть! Серебряный экран.
Advice?
This is the Hopgood guy we've been hearing about. See what you make of him.
Phelps and Bukowski, LAPD. We're investigating the attempted murder of June Ballard and Jessica Hamilton.
Christ! I'm Marlon Hopgood. How can I help?
You hold castings here?
How'd you hear about that? I got a little soundstage out back.
Lead the way.
So, you coming?
Да, блин, далековато мы
Keep him
зашли.
here, Stefan. I'm gonna take a look around.
What's this got to do with me?
Don't try my patience, knucklehead.
Так, помню я вот эти вот места. Голова. Вот это таблеточки.
Doping a 15-year-old kid and abusing her in a screen test. What is wrong with these people?
Еще одна голова. Но они к делу никакого отношения не имеют.
Turn off the lights, Hopgood.
Why would I want to do that?
Humor him.
One-way mirrors. There's a room on the other side.
Huh. Well, well. Find a way into that peep den, Phelps. I'll stay here and keep our pervert company.
Так.
Can't be that way, Phelps.
Что там за комната? А, вот тут. Тут, короче, все серьезно.
Not sure this means much. This doesn't pertain to the case.
Вот и гримерка, короче. Так. Блин, погоди, пока еще рано разговаривать. Так. Вот комната. Вот туалет. Угу. Угу. Хитро вот тут все. Комната со скрытой камерой. Так.
Jungle Drums, 8th and Francisco. Attention, Mark Bishop.
Это ненужная вещь. Так. Джессика Хэмилтон.
So what happened to the film of Hamilton's screen test?
Угу. Пленочки-то нету. Ну жаль, конечно, согласен. Отдел кражи было бы прикольно.
I wonder if they saw this, how many budding starlets would still get on the bus to come to Hollywood.
Тут еще в туалете, короче. Тут у него все четко было. Так, ну вроде как я здесь информацию всю подсобрал. Ну, бутылка пива, блин, это... Толку-то не даст никакого. Так, ага.
So this is where you sprang from.
Так, все, нашли ему нужную улику. Ну что, посмотрим фильм.
Listen, I have to call you back. I got some business here.
Sit down, Courtney. This is Mickey. Mickey, this is Courtney Sheldon. What would you like to drink?
Scotch. Straight out.
I hear you're back at school learning to be a doctor, kid.
Yes, that's right, Mr.
So
Cohen.
you want to be a doctor and a dope peddler. Interesting combination, huh?
Do we have a problem, Mr. Cohen?
We might have, yeah. Selling your dope to my boy Lenny looked like a good move, but Lenny has been supplying, wholesale, so to speak. The Bindle boys in this town aren't used to the juice without a little of the middleman taking his cut.
Lenny promised that wouldn't happen, Mr. Cohen. And Lenny works for you.
What can I say about Lenny? Let me think. Oh yeah, he's a putz. And he's lazy, and he's greedy, but he's my wife's brother. How can you make a cake with those ingredients, huh?
So how is that my problem, Mr. Cohen?
Well, kid, the only way we're going to be able to make this work is to do some repackaging. We need to get the dope out of those dinky little cardboard boxes and...
Surrettes.
Yeah, surrettes. Great. We can put it into a big vat so we can water it down a little bit.
I won't bore you with the chemistry, but it doesn't work that way. You're likely to kill even more people.
Okay, listen. We want to buy you out, kid. I'll offer you 50 grand. Hey, hey! You don't like my offer? The Sheldon kid? I think I want him dead.
Подписал себе приговор, чувак. Так. Продолжим. А, ну это мы уже видели. Всякие декоративные эти самые штуковины. Красиво, однако. Так, вот здесь мы, по-моему, еще не были. Такие классные предметы вот из 40-х годов здесь воссоздали. Блин, прикольно. Ну все, нам здесь больше делать нечего. Мы собрали более чем достаточно улик. В первом врет. Я понял, сейчас мы переговорим с ним. Ну там, конечно, фотографии есть.
Mainly do work for the studios. RKO, Republic, Warner Brothers. So yeah, when Bishop was doing work for a studio, yes.
When did you last see him?
Now I'm doing work for his next picture. Still pre-production though. Haven't seen him around here in a while.
Типа лжет. Так.
You could hump a few props or sweep the floors if you got nothing better to do.
Что мне здесь надо? Бутафорское это седло. Или чек на 20
You could
тысяч.
hump a few props or sweep the floors if you got nothing better to do.
Что ему предъявить? Чек на 20 тысяч.
You could hump a few props or sweep the floors if you got nothing better to do.
Пленку, да? Катушка пленки. Так, погоди. Ну пустой контейнер или катушка пленки? Что-то не могу понять.
You could hump a few props or sweep the floors if you got nothing better to do.
Короче, вот этот, да, фильм получается. Катушка, ага. Блин. А, мне надо ложь. Все, я понял. Так.
I know you're lying, Hopgood. Bishop was here, and you know exactly what he was doing and what he left lying around afterwards.
You come in here without a warrant and now you start throwing your weight around?
Ой, блин. Так. Что мне надо здесь делать? Фух, хлоргидрат. Блин, ну смотри просто, мне кажется... Здесь либо вот это, короче, пустой контейнер от пленки. Вот это может быть.
I have a drugged up 15-year-old girl, and you have chloral hydrate in your drinks cabinet. You give me something, or I will break your fucking jaw, Hopgood.
Bishop was here with June Ballard and the girl. A lot of producers and directors use this place. I'm not responsible for what goes on here.
Ладно,
The
спасибо.
men are looking for Bishop. We need to find him first. Any idea where he might have gone to ground?
If he really tried to kill McAfee's wife, my advice to him would be to leave town.
Это что, получается, сомнение, наверное?
I'm warning you, Hopgood. If you give him up to McAfee and we find out about it...
Wind it back a notch, tough guy. I'm telling you, I don't know where he is.
Понятно, надо было правду сказать.
What's the deal with you and June Ballard?
Look, buddy, I make props. I hardly ever meet the talent unless it's something tailor-made for them, like a sword or something.
Так, бутафорская голова. Вот это надо. Подожди-ка, ну давай, ладно, я рискну.
You and Ballard are blackmailing Bishop. That's why he cracked.
You got nothing on me. My hands are clean on this.
Блин. Да, наверное, я его...
I'm about done with you and your accusations.
That's all for now, Hopgood. We're taking you in.
Roy Earl, advice. Hold on a moment. This is clearly a vice case. You've been roughing up my informant?
Hopgood is a vice informer?
Yes, he is, Phelps, and a very important one. Look at that mug. Have you been upsetting these two officers, Marlin?
So we just drop it?
You do if you know what's good for you. You need to catch the movie producer before an angry husband does, from what I'm hearing.
I'll be making a full report to the captain, Detective.
You do that, kid. We're all very impressed with you.
Let it slide, Cole. Let's get out of here.
Замашись.
Detectives. Johnny Goldberg. You work for Mickey C.
That's right, detectives.
You wouldn't happen to know the guys who roughed up Mrs. Bishop earlier today by any chance?
No, not us. We don't do that kind of thing. It's the husband we'd like to talk to.
This is a police matter. You don't want to be taken in for obstruction of justice, do you, boys?
You could try the obstruction rap, but it won't stick. We could beat that.
You've had your 10 cents worth, gentlemen.
Bishop knows how the world works. Mrs. McAfee hits him up for a movie part. Happens every day. But Bishop takes it a step too far and tries to rub out Mrs. McAfee. Naturally, Guy is going to get upset.
What made you think Bishop would be here?
We figure he might be planning a little accident for Hopgood, too. Those two guys have got some unfinished business. You let us know if you find Bishop. Guy McAfee can be a very generous man.
I'm only going to warn you once, gentlemen. Stay out of this. This is a police matter. We will be bringing Mark Bishop into custody.
At least he's polite. Kind of dumb, but polite.
But I'm a lot less polite, you smug son of a bitch. So let me put it in ruder terms that even a pair of blockheads like you might understand. The only reason that you don't have bars on your windows already is because you're small fry. And we don't waste our time on small fry. You stay away from Bishop, and you stay away from me. Is that clear enough for you, asshole? Now run along back to your boss so we can pat you on the head and tell you what good boys you are.
I don't think they let me
Опа. За нами погоня.
Need to be closer, Paul. They really don't want anybody getting to Bishop before they do.
Да, замашись.
Need to lose those fools, Phelps.
Enough games, Phelps. Take this guy out.
Make a move. We're sitting ducks here. No, he's there, right there. Kill him.
Ребята, приветствую.
Either give me a good shot or get us the hell out of here.
Готовы? Нет, они. Махать капот. Или что это так? Куда капот? Я прям впился. Обалдеть. Возьмем Rolls-Royce. Остался последний.
Get me closer.
Так, ну все, ништяк.
Too many holes, Phelps. Come on, lose him or give me a shot.
Heavens to Betsy!
Let's see him chase us now. Onto the movie set, Phelps. Let's roll.
Oh, Christ. And they say working traffic is like watching paint dry.
You know how to piss people off, Bukowski.
Hey, if they're prepared to gun down cops in broad daylight, McAfee really means business.
Seems like we're the only ones who want Bishop alive.
I have a good mind just to let him go work on the son of a bitch. I'm about done putting my life on the line to protect some child molester.
That's our job, unfortunately. They don't get to dole out the justice.
Так, а вот декорации.
There's the slippery bastard now.
No. God damn it! Mark Bishop, stop! LAPD!
Get him, Phelps. I'll cover the exit. 11K calling KGPL, requesting assistance at 8 in Francisco, the abandoned movie set.
Блин, а где ж у меня оружие-то? Оружия нету.
Code 3 KGPL.
We're trying to help you, Bishop. This is all a big mistake.
Даже припугнуть его не могу. Ё-моё. Извиняюсь.
It's us or McAfee's boys. Your choice. I didn't do anything.
Жестко, конечно, блин. Ох ты, блин, скотина такая, а. Еще дерется.
Bishop, that's enough. That girl made it all up.
Как-то все так прям уж ненадежно сделано.
Don't make this any harder on yourself, Bishop.
Блин.
It's June Ballard. She's blackmailing me.
Ух ты. Столько времени упустил, ё-моё.
Hands in the air, Bishop. Move another inch and you're dead.
Стоять.
Mark Bishop, you're under arrest for the attempted murder of June Ballard and the rape and attempted murder of Jessica Hamilton.
All right, I'll come quietly. Just don't kill me. If you found me, then McAfee's goons will too. Oh, we need to get out of here.
All right, but you stay close. Any tricks, and I'll save McAfee's boys the trouble.
Follow me. I know another way out of this place.
Да, нужно все понял.
LAPD, you're making a big mistake.
There's no way out of here. I thought you said you knew where you were going.
We have to jump for it. Is this really the best McAfee's got? Come on, it's this way.
Где он там? А, вон он.
For the love of God, how many are there? The statue there. There's a ladder leading to the ground. I don't want to die here.
Get him over here, I'll cover you. Come on, the cavalry's here.
Да, Томпсон взял. Так, есть.
Follow me. We need to get him to the car.
Здорово, Анатолий. Спасибо.
Get him to the car. I can cover you from here. You're almost there.
Блин, это ж полицейские, ё-моё. Где-то еще один остался. Успел. Да нормально все. Ты сам как?
Mark Bishop, erstwhile film producer and all-around piece of shit, catches a fast ticket to Quentin for statue rape and attempted murder. So he gets to spend the next 15 years playing sissy instead of sticking it to little girls. That is justice with a capital J, Detective Phelps. You developed such a reputation, I'm not going to be able to hold on to you any longer. You're getting promoted. Go on, get your new assignment. It was good working with you, son.
Так, ну хорошо. Получили мы повышение.
Phelps, Bukowski, this your work?
Can I help you, Detective?
Sorry, Cap. Didn't see you there.
Yeah, I'll bet you didn't. This is a traffic case. You need something?
I'm here to buy a drink for the 2 LAPD traffic cops who broke the back of Guy McAfee's private army. You don't have a problem with that, do you, Captain?
Go right ahead.
Get in. I'm buying.
Ну, похолодало, да, немного, действительно. Ну ничего, это ненадолго. Осталось уже немного, уже будет лето. Мороза уже точно не будет там.
This is Phelps, Leroy. Be nice to him. You'll like this place. They treat you right.
You like a table, Roy?
What do you think we want to do? Stand at the bar like
I'll
chumps?
get a table ready for you.
Don't look so happy to see me, Alphonse. I might get the wrong impression. Cole, this is Alphonse. He's a French Negro from Africa. Can you beat that?
The Congo.
A pleasure to meet you, Alphonse. Is Elsa singing tonight?
Yes, she is. She has the next set.
Come on, Cole. You can meet Elsa while they're fixing us a table. You'll like her. She's something else.
Maybe another night, Roy. She's pretty beat up about it.
Get your hands off me. Don't ever tell me what to do or what not to do, Alphonse. You got a nice club here. Don't spoil it.
If you will follow me, detectives. Just through the door.
Was my only real friend, Harlan.
We went through it all. Do you realize what he meant to me?
Of course I do.
You have no idea. You said it was construction work.
It was an industrial accident, Elsa. How can I be held responsible?
Elsa, are you going on?
Louis, for God's sake, he was my best friend. The only man who ever loved me without putting his hands on me.
Hi, Elsa. Here's someone I'd like you to meet. Cole Phelps, war hero and crime fighter extraordinaire.
And why would I want to meet another fascist from the LAPD?
Sorry about this, Cole. What an evening I'm having. First a Negro puts his hands on me, and then this. Who do you think you're talking to, you German junkie whore? Don't you ever forget your place with me again. Do you hear me? Evening, Doc. How's business?
Sanguine. Louis, help me here. I'm gonna have to give her something before her performance.
Blow it off, Cole. These artsy-fartsy types always get a little flighty. Meet Dr. Harlan Fontaine, doctor to the stars. Mr. Fix-It to the mental wreckage of Hollywood. So what about that drink, boys?
Не, стрим все, я сейчас уже заканчиваю. Да, пока что по GTA Online я чуть-чуть стримы заканчиваю. Не, но все равно будут и видео там всякое такое. На четверг, пятницу вообще планирую я это проходить мафию с 1 по 3. В общем, пока таким вот макаром. Ну, плюс будут видео отдельно выходить. Наверное, буду проходить L.A.Noire. Сначала начну, наверное, буду каждое дело по отдельности. Ну, так, чисто думаю пока, ну, посмотрим. Вот. Чисто хочу что-то на прохождение поиграть. А там, может, если что-то будет свободное время, может быть, где-то и по GTA Online, может, еще что-нибудь. Посмотрим. Пока так вот. Так, ну все. Как бы нас перевели в отдел убийств. Там уже будет, конечно, поинтереснее. Вот, уже и сюжет будет развиваться. Вот, ну, я думаю, что, наверное, мы уже это потом будем проходить. Как бы так. Все, сейчас я буду заканчивать. Еще много дел осталось у меня. Так что как бы так вот. Ладно, ребят, спасибо большое всем, кто зашел на стрим. Следующий стрим будет, планирую, по крайней мере, четверг-пятница. Пока что так. Все, давайте, всем удачи, всем пока.